At 6,000 meters beneath the ocean's surface, you would already be dead. The pressure alone is strong enough to collapse a military submarine, crush steel like paper, and erase every fragile structure your body depends on to exist. No sunlight, no warmth, no mercy. And yet something is alive down there. An apex predator in a world where evolution abandoned comfort and embraced brutality. A creature that thrives where Earth itself tries to kill everything it touches. Long before cities, before civilization, before humans even existed, this realm ruled the planet. Down here, primordial fear never went extinct. It simply adapted. Because 6,000 meters below the waves, scientists expected silence. They expected emptiness. They expected nothing. Instead, they found a biological nightmare, scaled beyond reason, engineered for pressure, darkness, and eternal hunger. A creature that shouldn't exist. A creature that rewrites the limits of life. And once you understand how it survives down there, you'll realize the ocean never stopped experimenting. It was just waiting for us to look. To understand the shock, you need perspective. At 6,000 meters, the pressure is over 600 times greater than at the surface. That's equivalent to stacking 50 jumbo jets on a single human body. Now imagine standing on the seafloor. Above you, 6 kilometers of crushing water. Around you, total darkness. Below you, nothing but rock older than humanity itself. This is not an ecosystem. This is an execution chamber. And yet drifting through this black void is a creature the size of a human forearm, sometimes larger. A predator so massive for this depth that it dwarfs everything around it. Meet Alicella gigantea, the largest deep-sea amphipod ever discovered. Most amphipods are tiny, shrimp-sized, insignificant. This one is a monster. It is longer than a human foot, thicker than your wrist, encased in armor, designed to survive pressures that would liquefy your organs. And that's not even the terrifying part, because this creature isn't surviving despite the pressure. It survives because of it. To understand why this thing exists, we have to rewind the planet itself. Earth was never gentle. For most of its history, the planet was a violent laboratory. High pressure, unstable chemistry, volcanic ocean, collapsing ecosystems. Down in the deep sea, evolution followed a different rulebook. Here, bigger wasn't safer. Faster wasn't better. Armor, efficiency, and patience were everything. Nature was experimenting. And this was the result. Alicella gigantea evolved a body unlike surface creatures. Instead of rigid bones that would shatter under pressure, it uses a flexible, compressible exoskeleton. A living pressure suit that bends instead of breaking. Its tissues are saturated with special molecules that prevent proteins from collapsing under extreme force. Its cells are chemically stabilized to function where physics says they shouldn't. This isn't adaptation. This is biological engineering. And here's the most unsettling part. At extreme depths, food is almost non-existent. So when something dies, everything comes. Whale falls, giant carcasses, ancient organic debris sinking from the surface like slow-motion meteorites. Alicella didn't evolve to hunt constantly. It evolved to wait. This creature is not fast. It doesn't chase. It consumes. Alicella gigantea is a scavenger-predator hybrid, armed with crushing mandibles capable of tearing through cartilage, muscle, and softened bone. When a massive carcass reaches the seafloor, Alicella arrives in swarms, sometimes hundreds at once. They don't bite politely. They anchor, dig in and feed until nothing remains. Their jaws aren't designed for clean cuts. They're designed for pulverizing tissue under pressure. And here's the shock fact paleontologists and biologists didn't expect. These amphipods can survive months without food, then consume their own body weight in a single feeding event. In some documented cases, deep-sea bait dropped by scientists was reduced to fragments within hours. Bone scraped clean, tissue erased. There is no mercy down here, only efficiency. Their exoskeleton acts like armor plating. Their limbs are jointed for leverage, not speed. Every movement is calculated to conserve energy. This is not a monster built for spectacle. This is a monster built for inevitability. Once you fall into its world, you don't escape. Alicella doesn't rely on sight. At 6,000 meters, eyes are almost useless. Instead, it senses chemical signals, pressure disturbances, and vibration. If something dies anywhere nearby, it knows. Now imagine this: a modern submarine failure, a deep-sea drone implosion, a city's worth of debris raining slowly into the abyss. Alicella wouldn't attack metal, but when organic life becomes trapped, injured, leaking blood into the water, the deep sea answers, not with speed, with certainty. Hundreds of pale shapes emerging from darkness. Not aggressive, just unstoppable. Technology means nothing at this depth. Noise travels differently. Escape is impossible. Down here, humans aren't apex predators. We are food events. For years, scientists believed creatures this large couldn't exist at extreme depths. Low energy, low oxygen, minimal resources. They were wrong. Recent studies revealed that Alicella gigantea grows larger because of pressure, not despite it. High pressure slows metabolism. Slower metabolism allows longer lifespans. Longer lifespans allow continued growth. In other words, the deep sea doesn't shrink life. It stretches it across time. This creature isn't oversized by accident. It is the logical conclusion of an environment where patience beats speed and endurance beats strength. The deeper you go, the stranger evolution becomes. Alicella gigantea isn't extinct. It's still down there, waiting, but its ancestors ruled long before us. And if conditions shift again, creatures like this won't disappear. They'll expand. They didn't die because they were weak. They survived because they were perfect for a broken world. And that's the haunting truth. Nature has made worse before. It's just been buried under 6 kilometers of water. If you want to explore the monsters Earth tried to hide, subscribe to MEGABEAST Archives. Because the deep doesn't forget. And it's still watching.